Lanark, Frontenac, Lennox and Addington.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Infrastructure. Minister, for the past month, we've asked you and your government to provide a business case for MaRS Phase 2. For the past month, you've never once acknowledged a business case exists. On Thursday, your government released 700 pages of documents that we requested a month ago. Yet once again, no business case. But now it's crystal clear. You told the media that you believe you did release a business case. Minister, it's not a business case, and it's not due diligence. Minister, a building appraisal is not a market study, nor is it a feasibility study. Minister, why was a business case never done by either MaRS or the ministry to determine what the rental market was for research space in Toronto?
Minister of Economic Development, Employment and Infrastructure.
Speaker, I was pleased last week we were able to release over 700 pages, Mr. Speaker, of documentation that showed an incredible amount of due diligence done by Infrastructure Ontario with regard to the loan that the member is referring to. But, Mr. Speaker, I think what Ontario taxpayers want to know is, number one, Mr. Speaker, what did the PCs feel about the idea
Member from Renfrew, come to order.
To ensure that MaRS Phase 2 did not rot in the ground? Because, Mr. Speaker, that's why we put that loan forward. And, Mr. Speaker, I think what the member also needs to recognize, because I haven't heard him say this loan is fully secured, Mr. Speaker, and will be fully repaid. So when the member suggests to Mr. Speaker wrongly that somehow there's taxpayer dollars that have been spent on this with regard to the loan, he's absolutely wrong, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Minister, we shouldn't be surprised that you can't tell the difference between an appraisal and a business case. You couldn't tell the difference between a gas plant and a ballot box. You couldn't tell the difference between a franking sticker and a postage stamp. What amazes me, Minister, is how you still have a job in this Liberal cabinet. You have quite the knack of having other people resign for your mistakes. I hope you're planning on sending a Christmas card to your former colleague from London West, as well as your former staffer. Minister, will you provide the Estimates Committee with any market study that either MaRS or IO undertook prior to you signing off on the $235 million loan, or will you finally admit one was never done?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I understand that the member is the critic. I understand, Mr. Speaker, that the opposition's role is to critique government policies. Mr. Speaker, they are entitled to their opinions. They're not entitled to their facts, Mr. Speaker. And the facts are the facts. And, Mr. Speaker, the fact is the loan to MaRS is 100% fully secured. The other fact, Mr. Speaker, is that if his party were in office, they would have let that building rot in the ground, Mr. Speaker. 51,000 jobs exist, Mr. Speaker, in our bioscience cluster. Mr. Speaker, we're going to
Finish, please.
Speaker, every document requested has been released to the public through the media and to the committee. Mr. Speaker, that's being open and transparent. And what those documents do, Mr. Speaker, is they confirm what we've been saying all along. The investment is fully secured.
Member from Renfrew, Nipissing, Pembroke, come to order.
Taxpayers' investment is protected, Mr. Speaker, and will continue to invest in building a strong.
Member from Stormont, come to order. Final supplementary.
Minister, I think we should all be concerned with your competency as a Minister of the Crown. I am. Not only do you not know what an actual business case looks like, you also weren't clear how far you would go to bail out MaRS. You boasted to the media that you were only prepared to pay $7.1 million in interest. You were only partially accurate. You neglected to mention that you were legally obliged to pay $7.1 million for the next 15 years, for a total of $106.5 million. We know that you can't tell the difference between $40 million and $1 billion, but I thought you might have taken a math class at your time at MTCU. Minister, can you tell the difference between $7.1 million and $106.5 million, or the difference between 1 year and 15 years?
Mr. Speaker, seriously? That member wants us to take math lessons from the PC party? You remember last June? It wasn't that long ago. Too bad you weren't in charge of your party's platform. Maybe the math would have been correct, because you sound like such a brilliant mathematician. But, Mr. Speaker, if the member is such a brilliant mathematician, he would know, Mr. Speaker, and he would listen to the fact that we've been open and transparent.
This is the last time I provide anyone with an opportunity not to be mentioned by writing. Finish, please.
Mr. Speaker, I said earlier on the member is entitled to his opinion, and Mr. Speaker, he's entitled to his rhetoric as well. But right now, that's the only thing coming out of his mouth, Mr. Speaker, is blind rhetoric. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Speaker, he can fabricate the facts all he wants. The facts are the facts. The loan is fully secure. It will be 100% repaid.
Thank you.